Dr. Albert Schweitzer, physician of peace, a life that wants to live, surrounded by life that wants to live. May 28, 2022, Zar Kalela. Since I was a medical student, a group of friends and I held Dr. Albert Schweitzer as our hero. He had what we considered the true call of a physician, to serve humanity. He was born in Upper Alsace in 1875, and when he was young he became a remarkable organist and musicologist. He particularly X 26. He was elected head of the Theological Seminary of St. Thomas in Strasbourg. During that period, he gave several organ concerts in the main European cities with considerable success. Hidden young man eager to find a more profound meaning to his life. When he turned 21, he had made a crucial decision. He would pursue his interests until he reached 30 after pay what he considered his debt to humanity. It struck me as inconceivable that I should be allowed to lead such a happy life while I saw so many people around me struggling with sorrow and suffering. Musical studies, he pursued a medical career. Quite by chance, he read a report of the Paris Mission Society about the desperate medical needs of the natives of Africa's Upper Congo, and decided to work there. His decision to reject fame and fortune and to go to Africa dismayed his family and friends. One of them, the dean of the medical school, advised him to see a psychiatrist. Undaunted, he traveled with his wife, Helene Breslau, to Gabon, which was then part of French Equatorial Africa, and built a small hospital in Lambert in what had been a chicken coop. He worked there until his death in 1965. During a medical mission in Gabon, I decided to visit Lambert. I had been touring the grounds of Albert Schweitzer's hospital where the famous doctor cured thousands of Africans and helped them lead better lives. In Sit Soleil, created as a special ward for lepers next to the hospital, a community of lepers still lives. 3 men were sitting on a bench, one of whom was trying to fix a musical instrument, his hands ravaged by disease. Startled by his reaction, I asked him why he didn't want his picture taken. As he continued working, he said, "You don't even say hello. You don't ask for our permission, and you want to take our picture?" I apologized, greeted him properly, and asked his permission to take a photograph, to which he taught me an important lesson. Although my intention had not been to show him any disrespect, that is what I was essentially doing. I felt I had the right to take his photograph because I thought it was an interesting scene, but I hadn't respected his right to say no, that he was a leper who had. The man's assertiveness about his rights and the atmosphere of pride in Sit Soleil were no accident. Dr. Schweitzer was remarkable for his respect for the needs of others, exemplified by his life of service to those less fortunate. His activities earned him the admiration of figures such as Albert Einstein and Presidents Dwight Eisenhower and John F. Kennedy. In 1952, he received the Nobel Peace Prize. The money from the prize went to fund the creation of Sit Soleil. One day, looking at a herd of hippos in the Ogo River close to the hospital, Dr. Schweitzer formed his commitment to revere life. The greatest evil is to destroy life, to injure life, to repress life that is capable of development. I can't help comparing Dr. Schweitzer's approach to life to what is happening in today's world. We live in what seems to be a permanent state of war, and religion is an excuse to destroy life rather than improve it. Schweitzer's stature. We need to follow his philosophy, based on an essential respect for life. As he constantly stressed, the progress of civilization is closely linked to a conception of the importance of life. Only those who say yes to life are capable of making civilization progress. When we look up in horror to the destruction of countries through wars based on false premises, we need to remember Dr. Schweitzer's words in a 1963 letter to President John F. Kennedy, the goal toward which we should direct our sight from now to the farthest future is that we should not let war decide issues that separate nations, but we should always try to find a pacific solution to them. We will reach that understanding only through dialogue with those who think differently from us, when we learn to listen to their concerns and fears.